Hey, people, we're back again. Man, I'm enjoying myself. I don't know about you guys and stuff and everything, but I enjoy doing this, sitting down and talking to our audience and giving them some ideas. And the last show that we had, we were talking about this paradigm shift, and man, it got to be very interesting. It took off over a half-hour show the last time. So we command Mr. Harvey and stuff to keep on going because there was some more data out there that he's supposed to be finding out for us. So, Ted, what you got?
Well, do I have something for you all today? Although I have not finished the, the business portion of the Paradigm Shift, we'll go back to that at another time because, I can go down that rabbit hole. But today, we're going to talk about the sports industry. Big, big, big money. But I want to talk about the one thing that people might not know, because I didn't know this. I knew it was a lot of different kinds of sports and different kind of competitions, but I didn't know it was this vast worldwide. There are over 800 different sports competitions around the world. 800. People are making money, you know, and I'm going to use a few examples, but I want to give you some statistics first. How big this business is. Number one, $500 billion sponsorships for these business these different sports. 400 billion is being spent to go see these different venues and organizations. Now, the thing is that with those sports, it takes equipment, paraphernalia, shoes, all of that. But the thing is that the money that has been made on this thing, on these different sports all over the world. I mean, I just found out that worldwide they spend $11 billion just for bowling. So that's just one thing. But in China, they make $40 billion making equipment. Nike, domestic and international, 29 billion revenue. The Germany, which is Adidas and Puma, is a total of 18 billion. Total amount of money made off of appraisal is 213 billion. The global fitness, which is, teaching you how to exercise and all that kind of stuff, and all these gyms, 200 million dollars. Sports gambling, which has been really under the table, but now it's all out. It has went up to 242 billion. And here's something that's going to fascinate you. I find this fascinating because, I can remember when the Super Bowl commercials was like a couple of $100,000 or stuff like a couple of $100,000. Now, 30-second commercial is 7 million for a Super Bowl commercial, and their revenue for advertising is $578 million. Now, the thing is that you wonder, say, well, where are you going with this, Ted? What that has to do with me? Well, we all have some kind of sport that we do. Fishing, golf, basketball, competitive stuff. So you have to get equipment, you got to get the game, rules and all that kind of stuff. So you're spending money. Then if you are a spectator, if you like football, you're going to spend tons of money going to watch football. You're going to spend tons of money, whether going to the actual game or you watch it at home. Now they have what they call streaming football. You got to buy that streamer in order for you to watch it. So they're making money off of that. And you wonder, these players are making enormous amounts of money. I'm talking about basketball, football, baseball, hockey, soccer. All of those are the major sports that's making the big money. But there are other sports. For example, I'm going to give you an example of a sport different sports that archery. That's a sport. As a matter of fact, it's a sport in the Olympics. There are 41 different sports in the Olympics. Right now, I don't know if you know it, but you got breakdancing in the Olympics. You got arena rugby. You have archery. You have artistic gymnastics, which is different from regular gymnastics. You have, of course, auto racing. This thing goes from A to Z. So I will be all day trying to read all these things off to you. You got blooming. You know what blooming is? Competitive hot air ballooning is a test of accuracy, not speed, to fly as close as possible to a target and drop a weighted marker. So competition, people have these organizations that people that like to bloom, that like to do blooming, and they buy these big balloons, sit in there and go up in the air, and that's what they do. And they're here in where I'm at in the Tampa area. They have a whole organization that does that every year, blooming. So the thing is that, and just like in Oshkosh, Wisconsin, every year they have the air competition, flying airplanes. So the thing is that we are living in a paradigm shift that where people want to be entertained, spectators, but within those people that are spectators, like if their favorite sport, maybe one of their favorite sports is football, but they have other sports they may do. They might take out, they might do bowling 2 or 3 days a week, or they might do tennis 2 days a week or 3 days a week. And they do all this in competition. Just like you have racquetball, you do competition and you have leagues, all of these things. But then within those, you have professional people that make money off of these different 800 different sports. So what I'm saying is that we are in a paradigm shift in the world because people are looking for competition and they want to compete. And they have something that gives them something to do. They want to be spectators, be entertained, but at the same time, they want to participate. Everybody can't jump 10 feet high. Everybody can't run, 100 yards in 10 seconds. So, but you can play different sports that you enjoy to be entertained. You got people, you got softball leagues, you got other, besides the NFL, you have different, you probably got maybe, I don't know how many football leagues around the country and basketball leagues across the country, tennis leagues across the country. So now I mentioned all the money, that is being made off of these things, like global fitness is 200 million, sports gambling 242. But one of the biggest sports that's going on now is what they call Red Dragon Nation. You ever heard of that, Ed?
Nope, never heard of
It's a
it.
gaming. It's gaming, bro.
Never heard of it, man.
It's gaming. And what that gaming is, they've already, they said in 2023, the first 6 months, it made $10 billion. Think of that. When the football, the annual football is like 11 billion, basketball is a little bit more, about a little more than 10 billion, and baseball is a little bit more than 10 billion. So, they are looking for sports. When I say they, I'm talking about the sponsorship, the advertisers, the sponsors, and all that, looking for sports where they can get eyeballs to watch. Plus, on top of that, the sports people that play those sports, they looking to brand themselves where they can make money. Then once they get popular and everything, they can write books, they can do speaking engagements and all of those types of things. Plus they can even have camps. You know, you got 4 or 5 different ways they can do commercials. So you got all of these different things that you can do by being the best in that particular sport. So the paradigm shift has been slow, but it's here now, where everybody can get a piece of the pie depending on how popular your sport is.
Now, I take exception to everybody can get a piece of the pie because there are some things that are going on here. I was on the phone talking with a friend of mine about something that happened today in the Olympics, and I can remember, and I don't, and I'm pretty sure Ted can vouch for this. Whenever you got to watching the Olympics and stuff, NBC put it on the air, and it was
Yes,
free for everybody in the world. You
yes,
can watch it in the world.
yes,
And this particular year, the IOC has put a clamp down on the Olympics. And
yes,
they are, and if you want to get that feed that's coming out of Paris, France, you got to pay big money for it. Even
yes.
NBC can't, is regulated. They have regulated them and told them that they can't send that feed out immediately. So anything that happens on
You
that
have to pay
field of
Peacock.
battle, yeah, you have to go to Peacock to get it, and you got to pay Peacock for them to allow you to watch the Olympics live. And that money is, I don't know, I guess it's going into NBC's pocket, but it's with the express uh, coverage and stuff and everything that the IOC says that they want to keep a handle on, and they want, and I'm pretty sure that the IOC is wanting part of that money. So, what happens? What do those athletes and stuff on the field from countries and stuff all over the world? What do they get from all of this? Nothing. They train for 4 years to go out there on that field of battle and to compete. And now they are monetizing these folks who are coming out there on that field of battle in the Olympics. So, what's going to happen? Some of these athletes and
Oh, I
everything,
agree.
some of these athletes are asking, and I heard an athlete, uh, the gentleman and stuff who won the 100 meters and stuff this year in the Olympics and everything. He got on right on there, after the event interview and stuff with all the media and stuff and everything, and said, "Hey, you guys are exploiting us." In essence, that's what he said. You all are exploiting us. But is he going to get the other athletes around him to follow through with this and say, hey, you either going to pay us or you're going to give us part of this and everything, or we are not going to come on this field of battle and compete?
Well, this right here is what the competition of competing is. Because number one, here's what the Olympic people think, and I'm speculating. Stars are made by winning. Now, there are a lot of people that pass stars, but there's no guarantee that they're going to win. So, what those stars are talking about is they have a brand. And when you have a brand, then they should be compensated because people want to see them.
Mhm.
Because number one, they are featuring certain athletes who won the world championships or the
Mhm.
national championships. So
Mhm.
those people want to be compensated. But what
Absolutely.
about the other athletes? The ones that
But
came in third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and they're competing.
maybe there should be some compensation for anyone who reaches the finals and stuff in their particular event. If you are capable of reaching the finals and stuff in each one of those events, then you should be compensated and stuff for it.
Well,
Almost
you
like
have to realize,
almost like in basketball, professional ball and stuff and everything. Once you get into the playoffs and everything, every game you play, you're being paid extra money other than your actual salary. I don't see any problem with that. Why won't they allow these athletes and everything to get it? Because man, I'm telling you, Ted, it is a challenge and stuff for these people, these athletes and stuff, man, train for almost 4 years. 4 years of their life, they out there training, they out there putting their body through all kinds of stress and everything so they can go to the Olympics and stuff and win.
well,
So
I'm going to put it like this. I don't feel sorry for
I do.
them. And the reason why I don't, because those athletes that take it seriously, they go around the world and they run. Over in Europe, they love track and field.
But it's not they're they're in those particular events and everything that they're going to and stuff where they got people coming into the stands to watch them to do that, they're still not being paid what they should be getting paid.
Oh, when they make appearances,
Yeah,
they they get us they get paid.
depending on how popular they are, that's what they do. They give them extra money. Now, a person like if in far as gymnastics is concerned, if Simone Biles went to a particular event and stuff over there in Europe or whatever and everything, they're going to pay her big money and stuff because people want to see her. So to have her to come, they're going to pay big money.
Well, that's the way it is, bro.
Any of these Olympians and
That's
stuff and everything.
capitalism.
But then the other folks and stuff who are competing with them, Ted, don't get anything.
Yes, they do.
They
They
don't get
get
nothing.
paid. They just don't get as much.
They don't get anything hardly at all. That's what they give them is peanuts. They just give them, money to travel or whatever it is to come over there and get on the stage.
If they're
But
not good enough, if they're not good
if they
enough
don't
to
win,
be in the top three or four, they should not be competing.
if they don't win, they don't get anything.
They're doing it for the love of the sport. If they're not good enough to contribute, if I run 100 100s, and every time you look around, I'm coming in sixth and seventh and eighth place.
Right. And the only thing that they're getting and stuff is that organization and stuff is giving them money, paying for their flight to come there, giving them room and board to be there
Because
and
the
stuff.
love of the
And
sport.
and then if they don't win or if they don't do anything,
But that's the
they don't
love
get
of the
anything.
sport. They're not playing 4 quarters, or they're not playing
But
9 innings.
each one of them, Ted, is spending 7, 6, 7, and 8 hours out of a day to keep their body in top-notch condition. And for them to keep continuing to do that, they need to be compensated and stuff for
Well,
their
they're
effort and everything
believing
that they
that they're
made.
going to be in the top 3 where they can make that big money.
Well, most of them are never going to get into the top 3.
Well, they need to get out and go get a job, bro.
No, they don't need to get a job
Oh yeah,
because
no, you can't be
they
running
they
till you're 35 years
they
old
the,
and you've been
the,
losing every time.
those substitutes that come out there on that field of battle and everything, they need to be compensated for coming out there because they are doing the same thing that other athletes and stuff are doing.
No, they're
They
not.
are,
No, they're not.
yes, they are training every day, just like they are, and they're
No, they're
from these
not.
little,
No, they're
and
not.
they're from these little small countries,
They are not
in
training
Africa,
like the top dogs are doing it.
Botswana,
They're
and
not
South
training like the
Africa.
top dogs, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey man, they need to be
It's a
paid,
hobby.
Ted.
It's
Pay
a
them,
hobby. And
pay
they're
them.
fast, but they're not gifted like the
They
top 2, 3,
they
4
they
things.
need to get something for coming
Well,
there,
the
some
thing is that if they
compensation.
have a correct sponsor, if they have a sponsor that's sponsoring them, that's going to pay for their expenses and going to make sure that they got a place to stay, and then they can work out. And if they got potential to be in the top 3, then it's well worth the sponsorship. But if they can't do it, the sponsor going to say, "I'm sorry, we're done with you. You can't win."
They
That's
still
just the
need to
way it
pay
is
them.
in track and field.
They still need to pay them. They need to change it. There should be, and it's starting. That paradigm shift that you're talking about is starting because you can see in the Olympics and stuff what they have done. They have totally changed their format and stuff as far as being open and visible and everything to
Well,
people.
if a
Because
person,
NBC, I
let me
know
just say this.
NBC made money off of the Olympics every year that they go out there and they produce it. They
I'm just
are
going to say
making
this
money.
is that if a person is dedicated enough and they're an Olympian, I mean, to be an Olympian is a big thing because you got to go through all kinds of stuff to be an Olympian.
That's what I just said.
So if that person has become an Olympian, then that person, 9 times out of 10, if you look at their bio, a lot of those guys are engineers. They might be doctors. They might be lawyers. They might be an accountant. They might be some profession that's viable, or they have their own school or something on the side. A lot of
Not
these
all
people,
of them.
just because, not all of them, but that's those people, whatever their desire is. But the point is, if you become an Olympian, you are a big deal. You can write a book, you can inspire people, even though that person's never won, or maybe they came in second one time and they after maybe 20 races. But to compare them to the top dogs, you can't do that.
They're
That's
paying
what
those.
capitalism, that's what competition is all about. You don't
They're
give nobody a
paying.
reward for
They're,
losing.
they're paying those people peanuts for coming there, and for them to
That's on
show out,
them because you know what? It's
in
always
competition.
people in the
Is
pipeline.
but
It's
it's
always
still
people in the pipeline. You got 18 year
somebody.
olds running faster than them.
Somebody is
I
going
saw
to change
several
this
races
thing,
where
and
18-year-olds was beating
I
35-year-olds.
guarantee you that
If you can't
they're going to
compete,
start paying those
stop
athletes
competing.
a lot more money for coming there. They're going to do it. It's going to happen, and nobody going to be able to stop it because I think that they figured out they're going to figure out a way where they're going to be compensated a
They ain't
heck of a
gonna
lot
keep
more than
paying
what
no
they are.
35-year-old for losing.
Well, they're gonna give him something if he's good enough to come there, and if he attains a certain level. Just like I'm saying, if you make it to the Olympic finals in any one of those events, they should be guaranteed some money.
Well, I'm not
There's
disagreeing
nine
with you.
people. There's nine
Hey,
people should be able to
hey,
make some money.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that. If they make it to the Olympic finals and they should be guaranteed some money, but
Absolutely.
that's on them.
And each level, if they reach the semifinals, they should make some money. Give them some incentive and everything, other than to say, "Hey, we ain't gonna give you nothing unless you win something. That's not right. I think because they're making money off of those people because they are that stadium over there in Paris is packed full. That's every day. There's 70 some thousand
And they
people
paying
in
big bucks for
stands
those
and stuff,
tickets.
and they paying big money to get up in there. The closer they get to the field, the more money they got to pay to be up in there. And you
I was
got
just
the
reading an
stadium
article.
full. You got
I
the
was just
stadium
reading an
full for
article.
every day from August the 2nd to
Oh,
August the 20th.
they got tons of stadiums that it was full. But what I'm saying is,
But
I was just reading an article that they was paying Snoop Dogg $500 a day.
they paying Snoop Dogg more than that. Snoop Dogg
Five
get more
hundred
than that.
dollars a day.
Yeah, they paying Snoop Dogg more than that,
I
brother.
don't know
I
about
bet
more
you they
than that,
paying
but I'm
Snoop.
just saying. I'm just
They
talking about what
paying
I
Snoop.
read.
They paying Snoop more than that. Snoop ain't going over there for no peanuts.
$500 a day, I wouldn't call peanuts, bro.
It does. Snoop call it
Just sitting
peanuts.
down,
Snoop call it
doing
peanuts.
nothing.
Yeah, Snoop call it peanuts. So they won't even pay for his reefer bill.
Okay, you just joking now. But the paradigm shift, though, is the point I'm making is that it's more in life than football, basketball, hockey, baseball.
but they making a hell of a lot of money off of it, Ted. They are making billions of dollars off of it, and that ain't pennies. That is not cheap. I'm
Well,
pretty
that's a
sure,
lot of people making a good living
and
just playing
and I'm
racquetball.
yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a mess.
When
And
I was in college, there was
there
this
are
basketball player. There was this basketball player quit the team because he was going to make almost 20,000, and we're talking in the early 1970s. He quit the basketball team because he would make $20,000 a year
hmm,
playing hockey. I mean, not hockey, but racquetball. So what I'm saying is that, and I'm sure those people in playing hockey, professional racquetball now, probably making $200,000 a year.
all while you were talking, Ted, I was putting down notes and stuff here on this thing here with sports that you were talking about, how it has changed. And I got a list of a whole lot of things and stuff down here, how these sports have changed. I'm looking, and we're not going to even, no, I'm not going to even talk about the things that the sports that you've been talking about. I'm looking at the NIL, where they have now they starting to pay college athletes and everything to play sports. That's gotten to be big. Girls basketball, they are already in college and stuff and everything. It had changed and stuff now to where before, uh, 5 years ago, there's no way that a NC2A girls basketball game would have filled the stadium up. But they filling them stadiums up now and everything because they loving girls basketball. Uh, you look at soccer and stuff now. Before, soccer wasn't hardly anything in this country and stuff until maybe about 10 years ago, and it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger every year. There are soccer teams and stuff now, professional soccer teams and all that. They've changed the whole dynamics, man, of sports and everything. I'm just, it's so much. High school football.
Big
Who
time.
would have who would have thought that when I played football in high school, man, we in the played in the mud. We played in the mud, man. You go to some of these high school football fields and stuff now, man, they got astroturf sitting out there on the field. There's no way I would have thought, we'd have loved to have some grass out there and stuff to play on and everything. But these
Fancy
kids now,
shoes,
man,
all
they
kinds of
got you.
great equipment.
They got and they're their weightlifting rooms and stuff, man, are state of the art and everything. Now they got everything you can think of. They even got some of these kids are going to nutritionists, strength and conditioning coaches, and everything they're hiring for
in
these
high
college
school.
kids, high school.
And that's the pipeline, bro.
Hey man, it's not, and it's getting, hey,
That's the pipeline.
it's changed, man. And there's big money in that stuff. People
Yeah.
are these schools and stuff are paying a lot of
Well,
money and
here's the
everything.
rub on that. Here's the rub on that. And I'm gonna say it like I say it, like I feel it. The reason why you have tons of grade schools and high schools that are black. They don't have music like they used to have it, departments. They don't
Fine
have
arts.
sports like they have it. You know, you can go to a black school, they don't have golfing, they don't have tennis, they don't have this, they don't have that. So, and you're lucky if you might have a football team. So the point is, only certain high schools have those types of things. And so therefore what happens is that these people see good athletes and they recruit them out of those high schools to put them in the better schools. That's the deal that they do now. Instead of upgrading the schools and having good football teams and good basketball teams, tennis teams, golf teams. So, and you say, where's the disparity in golf? The reason why, because you don't have golf in high school. Then you get an interest in it. You might go out for the team and learn how to play. And so what do? Okay, I'm gonna keep it up. And then I find out I'm pretty good. I go on the golf course and learn. And then, okay, maybe I might do amateur golfing. You started as an amateur, you work your way up, boom, you go to the pros. But you don't have that. Same thing in tennis. Look what Serena's dad had to do. He went through all of that. They don't have tennis in no high school in no black neighborhood.
Now you got to leave Richard alone now.
No, he did the right thing.
You got to leave old
He
Richard
promoted his two
alone.
daughters and whooped them into shape, and they became superstars.
He whipped them into shape, huh?
He
Yeah.
trained them. I was
old-
there. I was there and living in LA when he was doing it. I seen him do it when they was little girls over there at Dorsey High School.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess the same thing going on now in gymnastics and stuff. If the parents got any money or time, they putting their
Well,
daughters and
you
stuff
just said
into
it.
gymnastics.
You just said it. Because here they got gymnastic buildings. All they do is gymnastics. And you know what? It costs a ton of money.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of
you
these
want to do gymnastics?
and a lot of these parents have the money to send their kids and
Well,
stuff to
that's
do
the
that.
deal. That's what you
Yeah.
got to do now.
You got to
They
have
don't
money.
have gymnastics in high school.
Got to have that money. Now,
Yeah, and then, okay, go ahead.
we reached past that half-hour mark on this paradigm stuff, so we're gonna hit them with a. We missed on one thing and stuff. I've been saying, I said on each one of our shows that we were going to start out and talk about what's going on with the election process that we have going on now. What do you think, Ted? That's how is everything progressing now? Did she make a good pick in the vice presidential candidate or what?
You want to know my honest truth?
Do your honest truth. Your honest truth, because I'm gonna give you mine.
Okay. I know she guaranteed 50 million. The numbers say that.
She's guaranteed what?
50 million.
50 million what?
votes.
How was she guaranteed 50 million votes?
Democrats, they're going to vote for her no matter what.
Go
She
ahead.
guaranteed that. It's that 30 million plus. It's that 30 million plus. And that means she has to get a higher number than Hillary, the white women's vote, and she got to get a higher number in the white man's vote. We already know that we're going to lose 20% of the black male vote. So, and they're going to get 97% of the black female vote. So her and majority of the biggest block is the independents. Now, how do she win those people over? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't watch all of it, but crazy Donald Duck, he made a good case today.
What did he say?
Oh man, he was, his whole spiel, beef up defense, stop immigration, lower prices, bragging on when he was in office, that the gas prices was low. Yeah, nobody wasn't driving for 2 years. But all of that, he was making his case. And they allowed him to make his case. And he didn't do a bad job, I'm gonna be honest with you. But the bottom line is that he was lying through his teeth. A lot of that stuff he was saying, he was lying. But he can persuade people. He's a salesman, man. The dude is a salesman. And that's what he does. He's selling what he gonna do. If I would have been in office, Ukraine wouldn't have happened. If I was in the office, Israel, that wouldn't have happened. October 7th wouldn't have happened. All that mess. Talking about Iran and China and North Korea, they wouldn't be getting together if I was in office. So he's selling. He's a salesman, and he lies through his teeth. He said that he wasn't going to cut Social Security. Yeah, he's going to cut Social Security. He might not cut Social Security for people that's on Social Security and Medicare, but those people that's coming up, that shit going to be cut, bro. Trust me, it's going to be cut. So he lying. So the bottom line is he's a salesman.
So I got a question. Why do you think she's going to lose 20% of the black male vote? What's your opinion out there? Why do you think that number is that high?
Well, I'm listening to a lot of YouTubes.
Okay.
And there are men out there, black men, that don't know no better. And I'm just gonna say it like I feel it. They don't read. They don't understand the circumstances and the situation. They don't realize that we are living under, to a large degree, there are a large number of people that are white supremacists. That's just the bottom line. Oh, they ain't messing with me. Yes, they are.
No, I was just asking a question and stuff. What are you seeing and
Well,
stuff out there?
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That they believe in what Donald Trump is saying. They telling a lie.
So
Have
so
you ever
you
heard of the Paradigm Project?
so you I'm not done with that 20% because I'm trying to figure out how you got
I'm
that number
telling
so
you, bro.
high,
I'm telling
20%.
you. I'm telling you. Have you ever heard of the Platinum Project?
No.
They claim Donald Trump want to give to black communities $500 billion.
That ain't no money.
I know that. But they think that's big money. What I'm gonna do for the black community, I'm gonna give y'all. I got a platinum project that's gonna give y'all $500 billion. Now, if he would have said
Okay, that's
100 billion,
I didn't. I'm just asking, man, because I'm only seeing what I'm seeing and stuff out there. So I just want to ask you because I know you probably see a
well,
little
that's
bit more
what they
than what I
believe in.
do.
They believe in
Yeah.
that Donald Trump is going to give them money so that they can get funds to have their businesses and that kind of thing. That's what they believe. Instead of them going through the right channels, to
Okay.
qualify for small business loans and all of those types of things, because those things are available. And they don't know in Project 2025, they're gonna notify that in the SBA, because they're gonna monitor that, because they already setting aside. They say they're gonna set aside $4 million for a special staff to distribute that money. And you think that's gonna go to black folks?
Okay.
And the budget for small business loans is over 280 billion. They don't realize, man. They don't realize that this is all a game to them. They're playing a long game. They already have taken trillions of dollars already. That's why our budget is so high.
Debt is so high.
Yeah, our debt. That's why our debt is so high. They have, they have given this money to all of these millionaires and billionaires. It ain't going into the black community.
So you don't think that Kamala can garner at this point in time? You don't think that she is at
I
that
didn't say
point where
she
she can
couldn't.
garner, huh?
I didn't say she couldn't. I
I'm
said
just
she's going to
saying,
need
at this point.
30 million votes to win, and that's the reason why they were in Michigan. That's the reason why she was in Wisconsin. That's why she was in Philadelphia.
I know that she needs to, if because she cannot afford to lose Michigan, and she cannot afford to lose with Wisconsin and Pennsylvania too. She can't afford to lose any. She can't afford to lose any of those three at all. She can't. If she lose any one of those and stuff and everything, that puts her electoral college and stuff is in serious jeopardy
and these crooks are messing up your state.
Well, I believe that there's enough with this. I'm gonna get back to my Georgia on my mind thing here. I believe that the people and stuff in the state of Georgia and stuff, we realize what's going on and where those roadblocks and stuff are being set up and everything against the people coming out to vote. So one of the things and stuff that I think is going to happen is that in any election and stuff, you're going to lose. There's going to be 2 to 3% of theft. People that ain't going to be able to vote. There's 2 to 3% of them are not going to be able to vote. So I think what they're looking at and stuff and everything in the campaign here in Georgia is that they're going to try to get enough of the people and stuff in these collar counties who to vote Democrat, and they're going to try to just explode those polling booths and everything and stuff with it, because it's going. If you make this illegal stuff too obvious, then they're going to have a problem. Almost like what Trump did when he obliteratedly asked the Secretary of State this last election and stuff, I need 11,000 votes, man, and try to take it and stuff. He was just being greedy, and he got caught being greedy. So I think that what is happening, stuff, Ted, is that since 2020, we've gotten a heck of a lot of people who have come into the state and everything. And since then, more than over almost 200 some thousand more voters and stuff that came, and most of them have came into these collar counties where you're talking about Fulton County, Gwinnett County, Cobb County, and these counties around them and everything, that they have enough people, a population and stuff in these 4 or 5 counties and stuff and everything, that they outnumber the whole state of Georgia. So if they can get enough of these folks in these places and stuff, along with Columbus and Macon and Savannah and stuff and everything, to bring to hit those daggone polls and come out and vote, she's got a pretty good chance of taking Georgia and stuff, I think. Because Trump only lost by 11,000 votes. But like I said, there's almost 200 some thousand people who have came into the state and stuff then, probably more than that, who have moved into the state. And most of those people who moved in the state, they are northern people. And most of those folks and stuff from the north and stuff are usually vote Democratic or they're independent. And then he did something real bad. He pissed off the governor. Now, I know Kemp is saying that, yes, well, I ain't got no problem with it, but that man is seething and stuff and everything about what he said to him at that rally and stuff last week. He is upset, and he ain't gonna let Trump get away with that mess. He gonna quietly put his foot down and everything, and he ain't gonna move as fast as they want him to move and everything, to do some things and stuff and everything to help him win Georgia.
You know what Trump said today?
Huh?
You know what he said today? He said, I got him elected.
He got him what?
Elected. That's the funny thing. Kemp got elected, but he didn't.
Well,
he said, I got him elected.
He can say anything he want to say, but I do believe that he done messed with the wrong folks here in Georgia, man. He done messed with the Secretary of State who controls the election, and he done messed with the governor. And they're probably telling their friends and stuff and everything what their real thoughts about his ass is. That they don't like him at all, and he don't need to be no daggone president. I'm telling you, man, he messed up, man, messed with that boy. And I don't think Kemp's going to forget it. He ain't going to forget it. He going to probably sit around there. He quiet. He hasn't said a whole lot. But I guarantee you that he going home at night and land up there in the governor's mansion and everything. And under his breath, he cussing that yellow head, orange head son of a gun out. He done messed up. So, Florida, what's going on there? Florida on your mind?
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Same old thing, huh?
Yeah, he gonna cheat. He gonna cheat.
He gonna cheat when we win Florida, huh?
Yeah. So they don't need to even discussing that because he gonna cheat.
He gonna cheat. Oh, okay.
Yeah, he gonna steal some, especially in South Florida. He's gonna still, deny a lot of votes in South Florida. See, you know why I say that?
Go ahead.
When he first won, he only won by 50,000 votes.
Mm-hmm.
The second time he ran, over 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, we had a severe weather that destroyed Fort Worth, parts of Miami, all the parts of South Florida. Those people homes were down, wrecked. Hundreds of thousands of people. What do those people vote? That's all I'm saying. And in South Florida.
So you think those people and stuff who got their homes wrecked and everything and going to try to put him back in office?
They didn't even have an address or, whatever they did. They moved, a lot of them moved out and moved to their family somewhere else in another state.
Oh.
Some of them moved here. And the government gave a lot of these people money to sustain themselves. So I guess they was allowed to vote anywhere they pleased because they had an excuse that I was in a hurricane. I don't know what the deal was, but he won by over 1 million votes. But nobody reported on that. Nobody said anything. There was nothing. At least I didn't find a news article or nothing. And here, the Democrats, they're sorry. I don't know what they're doing. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't doing nothing. They ain't fighting. You got some people out there that's trying to put up a little fight, collecting money, trying to run for governor or whatever, and that kind of thing, but not really. There's no bosses out there. Nobody trying to get in the news and make news and cut this guy up about him cutting all these books unnecessarily. And he do whatever he wanted with the money. He gives certain people thousands of dollars. I'm gonna go down here and I'm gonna give all these teachers down here $1,000 in their pocket. Well, I'm gonna give these police officers $1,000 in their pocket. So he do what he want to do.
So he done bought them all. So he done bought them all for $1,000.
Well, just think, man. He done already fired for no reason 2 district attorneys
in different states. I mean, in the different cities,
different districts.
He done fired them.
Yeah.
After they've been elected by the people, they went on the ballot and they got elected, and he fired them.
Fired them.
And they let them get away with that. They ain't nobody filed no lawsuit, no nothing, because they're duly
elected. Oh yeah, they did
elected.
all the thing, but hey, it's all set up, bro. The judges, and all that. So and
man, I'm getting sick. I'm getting sick, man. Sitting here listening to you tell me how this man done reverted this whole state back to plantation and slavery times and stuff, and everybody sitting around. Y'all some Mr. Y'all some Mr. Man. I'm gonna sit up here, and you hear Master say that's what he want to do, and they let him do it.
But wait a minute. It's worse than that. It's worse than that. He controls even the superintendents of schools. He got rid of one of our superintendents in the Hillsborough County, and he put one of his cronies in there. One of his cronies had a in-law or a brother or whatever, he had some kind of special software program. So his brother got that contract, and the superintendent did everything he said and opened up more charter schools. We got more charter schools now that I've ever seen, man. I've seen at least a dozen charter schools built in Hillsborough County, just in my area I'm in. That's segregation. Because majority of the people that go to charter schools is 80%, 90% white. And I
Man.
can go deeper, but I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, Florida is a self-sustaining state. It makes 40%, maybe even higher, on tourism. So the money automatically comes in because everybody wants to come to Florida, go to the beaches and go to all the attractions.
And they leave their millions right
There
there.
you go. They spend hundreds of dollars and then bye, see you, Florida. Then you have your what they call a snowbird. You know what a snowbird is?
Yep. Them northern folks who come down to Florida during the wintertime and they go back up north in the summertime.
Not only that, when you say northern, we're talking about real northerners, Canadians,
Oh, man.
and they're dual citizens. They're dual
Oh,
citizens.
okay. Well, Theodore, we're gonna have to get out of here, man. It's just getting close to the
So
time
that's the
here,
state of
man.
Florida right now.
You done made me sick, man. I'm telling you,
Hey, I'm
I
just
had a,
telling
I
the
had
truth.
a,
That's all.
I understand, but I didn't know it was that bad. I was being optimistic because, like I said, we know what's going on here in Georgia. We know what they plan on doing. We know these sites that they got set up and everything to do what they got to do, but you try to keep the people informed and stuff as to what they had going on. You're gonna tell these folks what's happening, and then have your campaign officers and stuff being proactive. So anybody who comes in there, who volunteers who are coming into uh, Georgia and to the campaign offices and stuff, there's plenty of work for them to do. They either call in, they're doing all kind of stuff, and they're making sure that people are ready to deal with this whole thing, and to hit early voting. Hit the early voting. Hit the early voting and get as many votes as you can out in early voting cycle. That's what they're doing. That's what they're trying to do. So I see why she has no plans to go to Florida. Ain't no plans to go to Florida.
Ain't nothing here
such
for it,
she
bro.
such as she wasting her time going to Florida.
There's nothing here for her. The Democrats is a sorry bunch, but maybe because they don't have the backing. If you look at that map on Florida, you got 4 or 5 different blue spots. The whole state of Florida.
Well, we'll see later on this week and stuff after she heads into Texas and some of the other places out west there and see what she has going on out there. I don't know. We'll see. But most of them are look very optimistic about Michigan. They're looking optimistic about Wisconsin and all that. So, and I think that they're doing that because of the governor from Minnesota and stuff being the nominee and stuff and everything. But I don't know what's going to happen once they hit down there in Texas and all that other places and stuff and everything because he is not very well known down there in those parts. So we'll see.
Well, I
I
just want to leave this. I read my Bible every once in a while. I want to leave this for the people.
okay. Go ahead, man. You
All
got
right,
it.
hold on. I'm gonna read this for the people because see, I don't want you to be too depressed because I believe in God and he hears our prayers. And hold on.
We need them. We sure need them right now.
He hears our prayers. And the thing is this what I stand on? Because, hold on. Where am I at? Okay. Okay. And I really believe this. And you know, I mean, you might not be religious, or you might not even believe in the Bible or whatever. But
My wife sends out. My wife sends
in
out Bible
order.
verse. My wife sends out Bible verses every day. Go ahead.
Okay. Do not fret because of evildoers, nor be envious of the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good. Dwell in the land and feed on his faithfulness. Delight yourself also in the Lord, and he shall give you the desires of your heart. That's my prayer.
Right. What Bible verse is that from now?
That's Psalms 37, 1 through 4.
All right. Amen. All right. Amen.
I'm just saying. They will be cut down, bro. You know, I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong.
Wrong.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Okay, people, you got it. You got that. You got the last word. Word of the Lord. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.